welcome to that local music show. We have an awesome, amazing show for you guys tonight. Hanging out with us on stage is singer, writer, producer, Renaissance man, the man himself, Perka Dirk. And for your musical enjoyment, we have Mr. Gabriel Alexander.
But before we get into one, please give a warm welcome to our special guest, Perka Dirk.
What's going on, man? You gotta connect you, right? Oh, it's already connected. Right. So welcome to the show, Perka Dirk. Thank you so much for being here. What about? Cause I already thanked them. What am I waiting?
Thanks for having me. I really just came down here to watch.
We're very excited for you to be here.
I guess me too.
So tell us what you do.
I'm a producer, a singer, guitar player. I'm a musician.
Okay. We've had a lot of those, musicians up here. What separates you from all the rest here in Virginia?
I'm the Perka Dirk.
What does that mean?
I don't know. My last name is Perkins, and I was just walking around and I wanted a nickname that sounded kind of belligerent and also represented, my name. And so I was just walking around and I started going Perka Dirk. And the thing about Perka Dirk is one of those names where if I were to introduce myself to somebody, or if even you were to tell one of your friends that you met Perka Dirk last night, they're always going to repeat it back to you.
Exactly.
Always. But it'll be like Perka Dirk. So that's why I like it.
So how'd you stumble into music? Like, I've worked with you in the past, which is awesome, by the way. And I've heard your name thrown out there like that. So how did you actually come into being the person that you are musically?
Well, when I was 5, my dad taught me a blues progression on guitar. My dad was a country singer and songwriter in Nashville, and we would go out and visit him during the summer. And when I was 5 years old, he taught me this little blues riff on the guitar, and so I just rocked with that same riff for like 10 years. By the time I was 15, I only knew 1 or 2 riffs, but I could really play them really well. And so that got me a little notoriety around the school as the guy who, the guitar guy. And when I was classically trained on classical guitar. Started teaching myself rock, all that stuff. And then when I was 19, I fell in love for the first time, and it was with this girl who was really into R&B. And so before her, I was listening to 96X. After her, I was listening to 103 Jams.
Nice.
And 95.7. And I started learning a bunch of R&B songs so I could sing to her to impress her. and yeah, so after that, I was just all into R&B. And that's kind of what I've been doing ever since. I guess probably about 10 or 12 years ago, I started producing for this local record label called Brimtown Records. And through that experience, I learned how to make more aggressive beats, because before that, I was, making wussy R&B music. It was, so I learned how to make more aggressive music and working with Brimtown. And then about 2 years ago, I met the Jolly Brothers, and I started producing for them and producing EDM, dubstep, stuff like that.
So you do it all pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, other than Donnell, who else did you work with locally?
Locally, one of my best friends is Chris Richardson. He was on American Idol a few years back. Got 5th place, and now he has a deal with Cash Money. Been working with him for years, since before he was on Idol. Tourette, Unstable, all the Brimtown artists, Jolly Brothers, of course, King and the Rook. I know I'm gonna forget somebody. Let's see this. My brother, Stu Perkins. I do more contemporary acoustic bass rock with him.
So how do you feel about the local music scene right now, currently?
I feel like it has the potential to become the next Motown. But, there's a lot of talent here. There's an incredible amount of talent here. But the live music scene needs coddling. And it's venues like this, actually, that actually support, local artists, like, things like what Vic is doing, getting local artists involved with each other, not just with the venue, but getting them all together and getting involved with each other, working together and stuff like that. I think if we keep doing things like that, and we become more connected, around the 7 cities and start working with each other, I know that this could be like the next Motown because there's a bunch of talent here.
You got some good potential.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as an artist here in the local scene, what are your goals? Like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Let's tell the audience.
Where do I see myself in the next 5 years?
Anyone you want to work with?
I mean, yeah.
Tell us. We want to know who you
Are you shy? What's going on?
No, it's not. It's like I don't think about stuff like that. Right now, I'm focused on working with myself,
Okay.
and by that I mean putting out an album
Okay.
and getting an album done. That's my main goal right now.
What kind of album?
It's gonna be all up tempo, not all up tempo stuff, but it's gonna be an up tempo album with a few smooth joints in there, smooth slow jams. My heart's in R&B. It probably always will be, but I enjoy making and playing up tempo music. Something that'll get the crowd dancing, and that's what I want to do. In the next 5 years, I'd like to have some awards under my belt. I'd like to have a couple albums under my belt, and I would like for my name to be ubiquitous in the music industry. Ubiquitous.
You have to say.
Indeed and agreed.
Yep.
Well, get comfortable, Parker Dirk, 'cause we're going to be hanging out with us for the rest of the show.
Heck yeah.
So we're going to cut to a break, and we'll be back with That Local Music Show.
Welcome back to That Local Music Show. Joining us in just a little bit, we have Gabriel Alexander. He's a producer and songwriter and rapper. And he's actually going to be performing for us later, so please give him a warm welcome.
Oh, you're flossing with a wireless mic. What's going on, man? That's like the flyest goatee I've seen in like a minute.
I mean, everything was different.
Just trying to be like you, man. That's all that is. Just trying to be like you, man.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Definitely.
Please let us and everyone else that doesn't know who you are, what do you do?
Okay. Everybody knows me as B-Beck. I'm a producer at Heart First. I produced a song for Travis Porter. It's called Oh Yeah. That's when I got my first big break. Let me see. I did a couple of stuff for Bad Girls Club. And then
Do you meet him?
No, I wish.
bet.
I wish. I don't want to be in the house, but I first started as a producer, and then pretty much what happened was I had a lot of files of beats that would just sit on the computer, and I felt, like maybe I should, start putting my lyrics into and becoming an artist, and I just decided to go that route, and then I came up with the name Gabriel Alexander. Which stemmed from, I was actually going to name my son Gabriel Alexander, but he had passed away, No, it's okay, everything happens for a reason, he passed away, and I decided, to live on through music, do my son's name.
That's awesome, because we were a little bit confused. We didn't know which name you
You
wanted.
got like aliases. I'm like, B-Back, Bertback, Gabriel Alexander.
Yeah. Gabriel Alexander is my artist name, and B-Beck is my producer name. So, it can get kind of confusing, but at the same time, I can't say that word, so I'm not going to say
Differentiate?
that word.
Right.
That word.
It's a 3-in-1 man.
Yeah. I try.
Nice. So tell us about your upcoming work.
I have my third mixtape coming out. It's called Who is Gabriel Alexander Chapter 2. It drops on my birthday, which is March 13th. And I've been working on that since last August. It has a lot of my production up there with a lot of my songs. It's a a lot of genres, from EDM to R&B to hip hop, and just very, very elaborate with singing and rapping, and just doing what I enjoy to do, which is, you know, partying and talking about life and just having fun with it. You know what I mean?
Can't wait to
Having
hear
fun.
it.
It
I
sounds
appreciate
like,
it.
You and oh,
Burger
Fergus.
It's the Burger Dirt.
It sounds like you and Fergus could make a nice team.
Yeah, actually, I have checked out Perfect work through Jolly Brothers. I actually have a song with Jolly Brothers as well. Came across your Twitter feed, man. So I'm always, you know, looking out too. So for producers and artists.
Right.
Nice. So are you a rapper or are you a singer?
I don't consider myself a rapper at all.
Okay.
I consider myself an artist, and I know that kind of may sound like, oh my god, this guy's a douchebag. But I'm not. But I'm not really a rapper. I like to create songs, and like if it may be rapping on the songs, you know, or singing on the song, whatever comes to heart, whatever I'm feeling. You know what I mean? So it just kind of depends.
Because we heard your cover, your Drake cover.
Oh yeah, the Drake
We
cover.
were like, oh, he could sing. But you're gonna be rapping for us later.
all right.
So can you sing a little bit for us right now?
Yeah, I could do a little something.
Oh, snap.
I got my eyes on you. Yeah, everything that I see, I want your heart, love, and emotions endlessly.
Nice.
Something. Okay. I'm not a singer, but I can sing a little bit.
About that last week.
Singing and singing.
Singing and singing, yeah.
You can sing.
I can sing. I can sing.
I'm
not a singer. Maybe.
So if you could categorize yourself as an actual, since you're an artist, if you could put yourself like in that artist box, like what genre would you put yourself in? Like what's your comfort zone?
My comfort zone is pop, and I don't want to sound like, oh my god, this guy's a pop artist, look at him, he's weird, you know. No disrespect to pop artists out there, but I just have everybody always told me, like, you have a mainstream voice, your songs need to be on Z104. You sound like Jason Derulo. You sound like his, you know. And I just like to make music that's so like just fun, like just have fun with it. Like me and my friends would go out all the time. We go to the clubs. You probably see it on Instagram. And, you know, me holding a flag. Yeah, and it's just fun, just to incorporate music with the lifestyle that I live as well.
And you are in a relationship, right?
I am in a relationship.
Okay, so
Shout out to Shane.
Okay. So how do you balance being in a relationship and being this party guy and being a singer? And I'm sure you know you get a lot of stuff thrown at you. How do you deal with that?
Well, that's actually a really good question. I did talk to my girlfriend about it, and I told her that, you know, first of all, I love my girlfriend, and I told her, you know, I appreciate your support and everything like that, and with this type of career that I chose, there comes a lot of flirting, there comes a lot of...
But it's work, right?
Stuff thrown at you.
I'm not going to put my hands and mess up, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do anything like that. But, you know, I told her that it comes a lot of hard work, and there might be times where you know, I have to go to New York, I have to go to Los Angeles, I have to go here, and it might get stressful. And she actually got mad at me, and she might get mad at me for saying this, but when I have to sell tickets and I have to do all this, sometimes I get really busy and she feels neglected. So I kind of have to just, you know, reiterate, you know, I apologize for it, but don't take it personal. This is just what I do, you know. And we have a really good communication, so it's not, you know, it's
I'm
not that
pretty
bad.
sure she'll be happy just you singing to her. So
She better be on all the tracks.
Do you sing to her?
I do, man. I get nervous when I sing to her. I can sing to everybody else. I get nervous. My voice cracks and everything. I'm like, oh my god. But she enjoys it, you know, and I also enjoy it, of course. So music is everything, you know. So.
Well, getting back to music, who do you aspire to work with?
That I never really thought about it, but it would be awesome to work with Justin Bieber. Actually, he put out a new album not too long ago, and his work is really a lot of people hate Justin Bieber. A lot of people don't like Justin Bieber that much, but I love his new CD. It's really good stuff. Jason Derulo is another person. Kendrick Lamar is another person. There's a lot, you know, and really anybody that has that passion, that drive, you know, and I'm completely in for it.
Any local artists you want to work with or aspire to work with?
They're all the time. It really just depends on just hitting me up and establishing a connection, or you know, talking to me and saying, hey man, you know, I really like your stuff, and I would really want to collab and see what we can come up with. And that's fine with me, because if you have a drive and a passion, just like I do, then we can definitely collaborate. So anybody really that has a drive, but if you sound like JJ Fish,
So we're gonna see you guys in the studio anytime soon?
I'm sure. I'm definitely sure that, you know, Perkaderk, definitely. I like that name, by the way, though.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll be back with our topic of the day, local celebrity, on That Local Music Show. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Our topic of the day today is local celebrity. Are you a celebrity, or is it all in your head? That's the question. Liam?
Well, thankfully, all the guest hosts and the performers that we've had have been really, really humble. These guys seem really humble, but I feel like I think the ones that feel like they're celebrities are the ones that don't have any talent. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, that's actually a really crazy subject, because I was actually talking about this the other day. There's nowadays everybody's a rapper, everybody's a singer,
And a model.
and you know, there's a lot. There's a lot of that going on, and you can't really blame them now that the way it's set up with the internet and YouTube and stuff like that. But you know, it's hard for me, because personally I'm a really humble person, so I'm not going out there saying I'm the best, check my music out, I can sing better than blah, blah, you know, that's not my personality personally. But there's just a lot of people out there that just like you have to start off local first, and then you go up places. You know, Virginia Beach is just the start. It's, you know, you got the whole nation. You know what I mean? So it's hard.
It will carry them a long way.
Yeah, you have to branch out.
What
That
speaks for
mentality.
you?
So what do you guys think? Right, if you had to name any local celebrities, who would you name?
Pharrell.
Timberlake.
Would they really
You said
count as
Chris
local
Brown?
celebrities?
Yeah,
No, because they're not really, because they're national. They're national, so technically no.
Well,
They don't
you
really
guys
count.
look at
Do we have any local celebrities? What do you guys think?
Well, I wouldn't say local celebrities is like a bad thing. I don't think it's like a term like oh, he's just a local celebrity.
I think it's bad when you brand yourself a local celebrity.
Yes, no, you're right.
Else
You're absolutely right.
is saying that. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to have fans, which you need, of course. People have to know you exist. But like, there's a difference between you being known and you being infamous. You can be known for like the wrong type of stuff. It's not a good thing that people know that your music sucks or know that, you know what I'm saying? It just depends.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that, like, when it comes to having a local celebrity mindset, like you were talking about, like, it's just, you don't want to get in that mindset. Like, when you put your music on YouTube, when you get a website, when you make music videos, like, that branches out. Like, it's not just, okay, my friends in Virginia Beach are gonna hear this. It goes worldwide, it goes nation. So you don't want to have that one track mind.
Yeah, and I think it's important to have confidence in yourself, but there's a drastic difference between confidence and cockiness,
Yeah,
and
you're right.
just feeling like, yeah, I'm the center of the universe, everybody knows about me, and in reality you have like 3 people that listen to you, and they're
3
all your
followers on
friends.
Twitter.
And they're your friends, yeah.
They're diehard fans.
Yeah.
You can buy diehard fans. You can buy fans and buy viewers on YouTube.
Doesn't this kind of fall under the same category as people that come up and sing or rap about how awesome they are and how fly?
Oh my
they are?
God.
Like, I'm up in the club and I don't know. Like, that's kind of things that you
That
speak on your
constitutes
Twitter
about 90%
about.
of the
Right, 30%. I'm blowing sacks and you got like $5 in the wallet.
Mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not point fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Yeah, I'm just a kid with a dream.
music that seems obscene, but against all odds, I held my head up high. They would tell me I'll fall, till they would tell me I'll die. Coming from the bottom, I'm talking section 8. When we used to eat fried spam up on our plate, it was only me and mom, so it had to do. While she worked 3 jobs, I had to find some food. I'm not asking for your pity, but I want you to know, when you're running out of water, how's a flower to grow? My daddy never came around, he never taught me hello. Now I gotta be a man as a boy, yeah, I know that I'm a rider. I remember when I used to sit and write, put my pen on the paper and hit the lights. Wake up, go to school, then I come home all alone, grab a pen and some paper up in my zone. Late nights I would lay in the bed, then I would pray to God and listen to what he said. He told me reach for the stars, he told me never give up, that I gotta go on and that I gotta stay up. I was blessed with a mom that always put me first. Even though we had a struggle, she was always my nurse. She was always my crutch, she was never a curse. That's my #1 lady in my life on earth. Take a journey, deep inside my mind. Through a pen with pencil, you will find all of my memories and the pain that I kept in my heart from the start. I never talked about what I went through when I lost my son and my girl that only you. It's like 1 second you're the king of the world, and then it all comes down, crashing, burn on the ground. What would you do when you sitting up in ICU, looking at the one you love suffering in plain view? Carrying my kid, she was 4 months. Now I'm looking around, but with a baby bump, so lifeless. What can I do in this crisis? I gotta fight this virus in my iris. Sitting at the edge of the room, I walk up, grab a cold hand and look at the moon. I ask, why would you do such a terrible thing? I was about to be a father, but it's only a dream. I never lost faith, but it was fading for sure. I don't know if I can handle all this pain anymore. She went home to heaven to be with the little boy. I was gonna name him Gabriel, he filled me with joy. Things happen for a reason, I'm feeling treason. I guess time changed like seasons, but I'm a wreck. What's next? When can I rest? Every time I go to sleep, I get closer to death. I do this for my family and my friends that were with me from the start and are with me to the end. I won't let go till I see my name on TV across the globe. This is for the music, I do it, fluent. This is my life and I wanna get it right. So tonight I'ma kill it so you feel it, so you know it's real. And I'm 25 doing it with no deal. This is hard work, motivation, dedication, acclamation, complication, a combination of patience and waiting, annihilation of Satan's vacation. The nation is waiting for a sensation. I'll make it, no disguise, y'all, I'm naked.
Welcome back, everyone. We want to say a special thanks to our guest host, Perka Dirk, and our musical guest, Gabriel Alexander. Gabriel. Yeah. And we want to know how to get in contact with you, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram. How can people find you?
Facebook, Glenn Perkins. Instagram, @PerkaDirk. Twitter, @ThePerkaDirk. Okay.
Cool. You can actually reach me at whoisgabrielalexander.com, and I think that's the easiest way. It leads you to my Twitter, my Facebook, Instagram, and yeah, that's whoisgabrielalexander.com.
And don't forget to tune in March 13th for his 3rd mixtape.
Yes, ma'am. March 13th, Who is Gabriel Alexander, Chapter 2. Free download. You can get it at whoisgabrielalexander.com.
And don't forget, while you're not forgetting stuff, to like us on Facebook at That Local Music Show, and follow us on Twitter at That Local Music. And if you want to be a part of the show, feel free to hit us up at thatlocalmusicshow@gmail.com.
And see you next Sunday.
Thank you guys so